I am here today to talk about what I have been doing to break my weight loss style. Damn it. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Melissa Officinalis. I am almost getting up there in age, no, I'm just kidding. I am heading to 1 year post-op. So a little clap for that. But as I am reaching my 1 year mark, I have my second, I actually made my first goal. I'll do that in a separate video. But I made my first goal. I was slowly creeping towards it. And but I wanted to make my second goal by the time I reached a year out, and I am not quite. I'm almost there to a year out, because my surgery was December 8th, 2020. So excuse me. So on December 8th, I'll be a year out. And I, kind of started thinking, what am I doing here? This is not where I wanted to be by this time and this point past in my journey. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. Maybe you have researched a little bit about getting VSG, or maybe you have, if you're watching my video, most likely you're either interested in VSG, gastric sleeve surgery, or bariatric surgery, or you're either interested or you have already gotten it and you're looking to cheer me on, and I'm cheering you on just as well. But I just wanted to come on because this is a concern. So if you have been in the gastric sleeve community, you know that weight loss stalls are something that come up a lot. And it's almost guaranteed that about 3 months after you have your surgery, you're going to hit your first stall. So I wanted to, give my tips and tricks that I have done over the course of this year to continue my weight loss progress. Around the time of the 8th, I'll do my anniversary video and I'll post my results. I'll show my body. I'll do all of the things that I haven't really done in the past. As you can see, I'm kind of falling out of clothes. And even when I made my first video about maybe I was close to 3 months out when I made my first video talking about everything. But, I have progressed since then, and I have had several stalls since then, and I have, resigned myself to the fact that I thought I was a slow loser, and I can be a slow loser. I have other things that are going on. I have hormonal things that are going on. In the meantime, my body is trying to regulate that on top of trying to lose weight. So that has made it a little bit more difficult. So I wanted to, give a little bit more information, or give a little information of what I do, what I eat, what I have done all along, and to bring myself a little bit up to speed, to break my stalls, and to get back on track. So since I had my weight loss surgery, I have not gained any weight. But I have gone through several periods of just no weight loss at all. At times, it was for several months. If you look back at my other video, well, I can't just say my other video. I have a lot of videos. If you look back at my post-op video, I don't know if it was 3 months or 6 months post-op, but at that point, about 2 months after the surgery, I had broken my ankle, and my original routine was, along with my new changed eating habits, I was walking. So I couldn't do that, and I think that did have a little bit to do with it, but I just want to clarify that exercise is not everything, and you might hear it said over and over and over and over and over again, but I lived it, because before getting VSG, I worked out, and there was a period of time where I was working out 5 times a week. And if your diet is not matching what you're doing, if you're taking more calories in because you feel like you worked it off, that is not how it works. So in any event, knowing that I had the VSG, I could not physically take in more calories than I needed. So it got kind of frustrating, and I can understand for a lot of people it can be frustrating when you hit those weight loss stalls, because you're not even really eating. You're eating small portions, and you may not be eating as frequently because you may not have the hunger feeling, or the feeling of hunger to eat throughout the day. So there was a period of time that I actually stalled, and I went to a weight loss center, one of the best hospitals in the world, actually. I'm not going to tell you, you can look it up because you can probably figure it out from there. But their weight center included you have a medical component, you have the surgical component, and then you have the nutrition component, and you also have the behavioral health component. So even after getting my surgery, I was able to continue seeing different providers in the center that I was going to, and we did everything virtual because of the C word. So I was maintaining contact with providers that helped. We had group sessions for people who have gone through the surgery, and the group nutrition sessions to just learn more about working with our new stomachs and things like that. But what we also had to do with all of these appointments was check in and weigh in. So weighing in for month after month without seeing any change, and without being able to report even like a pound lost at times, from months passing, these appointments being like once a month, was very frustrating. So if you have reached a stall and you typed in your search bar how to stop or how to get over a stall, I understand. So when you ask your providers for advice, usually what they say is to stay the course and continue with what you're doing. Make sure you're getting enough protein. I have a goal for protein, water, and actually that's pretty much it. I had a goal for the amount of protein I wanted to get per day, and I had a goal for the amount of water I need to get per day. And so I would need to make sure that I at least got those things in, and make sure that I was taking my vitamins as needed. And I was doing all those things, so it was kind of, again, frustrating to get feedback that didn't seem to do much. So I am gonna go into the things that I did that actually worked and are healthy, and not something crazy that's gonna cause you to end up in a hospital. To follow my provider's original advice, regarding the protein, the water, the vitamins, I started tracking. So it may not be what you want to hear. I hate tracking, but I started tracking. I had stopped for a while. I started tracking again. I use MyFitnessPal, and it's the easiest for me to use. And sometimes you can just scan a barcode if you're eating something in a package. I try and make a lot of my meals so that I'm not eating a lot of processed foods, getting a lot of sodium and other additives that nobody really needs. So I went through the grueling process of putting in my recipes, and if you have seen my videos that have food and me cooking, I don't use recipes. So that was very You know, I had to put that extra effort into doing that. So, step one, you are tracking what you're eating. When you're tracking what you're eating, you can make sure that you're reaching those protein and water goals. And, but you can also see where you're making little mistakes that might be triggering your body to hold on to weight. You might see that you're eating too much carbs, and you, on MyFitnessPal, you can actually change the amount according to what diet you have. So I know a lot of people are doing the low carb diet when they do VSG. Some people do keto. I really like carbs. And so I do try and minimize carbs, but I also, with the app, can pay attention to what type of carbs I'm getting. Am I getting carbs that are simple carbs? Am I getting sugar? Or am I getting, you know, fruit? Like, am I eating fruit that also has vitamins in it, that also has fiber in it, and things, and water in it? You know, fruit has a lot of fruits have high water content, which help you, you know, get those water goals, even though you don't count it, but it still helps you to stay hydrated. I ate a lot of watermelon. You know, it's not going to be one secret thing. It's all these things together. So step one, track. Okay. So step two, once I was tracking, I started looking at, you know, okay, I had a waffle this day and that waffle probably messed up my progress. So I decided to go on a diet within my diet. So yes, I'm eating a very little bit. I can only eat one waffle, one Eggo-sized waffle, and I probably can't put any, or I can't use like regular syrup. I have to use sugar-free syrup. So I was thinking that, you know, that's healthier, that's better. But, you know, you come to learn that those particular things are not the best. And the best, and I'm going to say this, and I'm hopefully never going to put my foot in my mouth, but the best thing is to reduce the amount of processed foods that you're taking in. My theory on this, as a person who has studied health science, I think that when you eat processed foods, you have a whole bunch of chemicals that your body does not know what to do with. And, you know, the part of your body that processes everything that is unknown or maybe harmful to you is your liver. So when you're on a diet, you need your liver to be healthy, because the liver is also responsible for fat metabolism. And fat, you know, it uses fat. So when you do have a lot of things that you don't know, or your body is like, what is this? Sometimes those things get stored in fat cells. So it gets stored in your fat, and it's like, okay, so does that kind of make sense, where your body would hold on to fat because you are putting unknown things inside your body? I don't know. That's my theory, because when I stopped eating a lot of processed food, I noticed some movement. So my next step is to eat whole foods. Eat whole foods. So whole foods include a lot of things that you may like. So don't feel like you're giving things up. When I do that, when I eat whole foods, I just want to know every ingredient in whatever I'm eating. Nowadays, you can buy certain things for your convenience. I know things are hard and it's hard to cook everything from scratch, but you can get certain things at your convenience. For example, if you want the waffles, you can get waffles that have flour, sugar, milk, eggs, baking powder, and you know what's in it, and you can read that and say, okay, those are 5 ingredients. I think I said 5. Those are 5 ingredients. That's better than eating this Eggo waffle with disodium triphosphate and monodiglycerides. And you have to read those labels. So second tip is, wait, am I second on third? Anyway, so the next tip would be to eat whole foods, reduce your processed foods. Okay, I know that's not always easy, but my fourth maybe tip is to try one of those crash diets. Now, for the average person, this is not recommended because you reduce your calories so low. But I did the first time I tried to change up, was I made a soup, or I made collard greens and cabbage with ham, and that's all I ate for a whole weekend, and that broke my stall. Collard greens, cabbage, and ham. I'm gonna tell you why I think that worked. It's whole foods. I mean, I put my seasonings in it, which would have been more vegetables, peppers, onions, garlic. I put a little spices in it, low sodium because of the ham. The ham is kind of salty. I don't use much salt when I do that. So, and it's very delicious. Let me know if you guys want a recipe. I will love to give you a recipe on that. But that it's not a soup. It's more like a vegetable side dish. It's like a side dish. So I ate that for maybe Thursday through Sunday. Monday, checked my weight, and I had lost 2 pounds over the course of 4 days. So that worked, and that broke my stall. And after that, I started seeing weight loss, even though I went back to my regular scheduled program of eating, a mixture of things. I did that for a few days. In order to be safe when you have the VSG while doing something like that, I would say to continue having your protein via low calorie protein shakes, so you don't add more calories onto it. I would say, because you do get a little bit of meat from the ham. I mean, a little bit of meat. You do get a little bit of protein from the ham when you eat ham in those recipes. You have a tiny bit of protein from the vegetables, but the vegetables, they have a lot of fiber. It's a lot of vitamins. It's a little bit of protein from the ham. It's good. It's whole foods. It's good for you. It's an easy recipe, and making a big pot of it will hold you through almost a week. And if you don't have to share with anybody, then you're good. And the only thing is that you might get tired of it, but if you have a goal you're working on and you want to get towards, it doesn't matter about being tired, does it? You want to get to that goal. At that time, I was not working out or anything else in addition to eating those foods. Well, I might have done a little light walking and things like that, but it was eating that changed that, and that broke that stall at that time. That was my first, that wasn't my first stall, but that was the first time I actively did something to break the stall. The other thing I did recently, maybe last week, which I was gonna share because I kind of documented it, I did the cabbage soup diet. So if you're old like me, that like everybody and a mama and a grandmama used to have that booklet or that little index card with the cabbage soup diets. My mom had a whole bunch of little cards with diets on them and and information about diets. But there's a cabbage soup diet. You can Google it right now. There's another diet with eggs. What is it? Eggs and toast or something. I can't remember what that's called, but you can Google those types of diets. I don't suggest the egg and toast one. I don't know. I just don't know about that one. But I did the cabbage soup diet. I lost 4 pounds with the cabbage soup diet over the course of a week, 7 days, in the middle of Halloween and eating my kids' chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I ate their chocolate, and I didn't eat a little bit. I ate a couple pieces every day. So, and I still lost that weight. So there's something to say about those diets and the fact that you're on VSG. Like I said, you just have to remember your protein. If you do protein shakes, I would add the protein shakes in again incorporate that throughout your day in addition to what the diet is telling you. So obviously you're loosely following the diet, but it helps to reset. And even now, like I said, after cheating, after getting back to a regular diet, I still lost, another pound the next week. So there's something to say for those diets. I know those two things have encouraged me to eat whole foods, and it's a lot of fiber, and fiber will lead me into my last tip, which I think is number 5. It might be number 6 or number 10. I have no idea where I am right now. But my next tip is fiber. Get fiber in your diet. Make sure you have fiber. Like I said, as with everything, make sure you reach your other goals, and that doesn't get in the way of you reaching those goals. I know that when you eat fiber, well, even for me, when I eat fiber, it's hard for me to want to eat the other foods, like the other food groups. So if I have a big plate of vegetables and I have meat with the vegetables and I start eating the vegetables first, I probably won't eat that meat because I'm full by the time I eat those vegetables. That is unique to having had the gastric surgery. But in this case, I know that makes people avoid eating more vegetables, more fibrous vegetables, but I think that in this case, I think that eating the vegetables and eating fruit are beneficial to you, because it gets your body going. Why am I thinking about that thing in the Kanye song? It gets your body moving, okay? So you know what I mean. You know why people do those detox teas and all that stuff. I'll do that in a separate video. But when you do those detox teas, what do? They make you go to the bathroom. That helps get things moving. You want your digestive system to work in an optimal fashion for you to process what you do take in and not store anything. That's what you want. So when you eat a lot of fiber, make sure you're drinking your water because you don't want to get blocked up. But when you eat fiber, you're not only pushing bad stuff out, you're also clearing out your digestive system. You're helping let's just call a spade. You're helping any poop that's in there that can't get out. You're helping that move along, right? Also, fiber helps you keeps you from having crashes with your blood sugar, which can actually happen more often. Even if you did not have diabetes, it can happen due to having the surgery. You can eat some certain foods and they can spike your blood sugar, and it's just because it moves so quickly through the sleeve that it can cause you to have a spike in insulin. And insulin, the way insulin works, it kind of throws things off in your body. So it throws off the mechanism of burning fat and as opposed to storing fat. So I can talk more about any of these topics. If you want to hear it, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, just to put it plain and simple, get more fiber, poop more. You should be pooping at least once a day. It's optimal if you poop, it's optimal to poop after every meal pretty much. And I know a lot of people are not doing that. But imagine that's weight in itself. Like I wait to weigh myself after I go to the bathroom in the morning, because it could be, I'm not gonna get too graphic, but that can add on to your weight. So just the act of getting the poop out of there, it's also better for your blood sugar, and spikes in blood sugar can block your progress when you're trying to lose weight. Changes in your blood sugar can block your progress when you're trying to lose weight. So fiber is all around good for you. Plus, it's vegetables. It's healthy. It has vitamins. It has antioxidants. It makes your skin glow. You know, it makes your skin glow and it makes your hair grow, you know. So why not eat the vegetables? Eat your vegetables, okay? That was my list of maybe 16 things. I'm sorry. I kind of was organized. I wrote a list and it's not very long, but I thank you for watching this video. I hope this helps. Try it. If you want to see my recipe for the diet, or if you want to see my recipe for either the cabbage soup diet, or I actually might do a separate video about the cabbage soup diet, but if you want to see the recipes that I do for these, you know, soups, side dishes, whatever you want to call them, let me know in the comments below. And I am just so happy that you guys are here watching my video. Let's kill this thing. If you're doing, if you have already gotten your surgery, let me know. If you haven't gotten your surgery and you're thinking about it and you have any questions, I can answer that in a future video. Let me know. Comment, because I love talking and I love communicating back with people who are interested in learning and subscribing to my channel. And I thank you for even just watching, clicking like, don't click the other thing. It doesn't exist. All right. See you guys. Have a great day.